Once upon a time, there was a hard-working father and his teenage son. The father believed that time was the most valuable gift in life. He worked honestly every day, never wasted a single minute, and always encouraged others to make the best use of their time. His son, however, was completely different. He loved playing mobile games, scrolling through social media, and watching videos for hours. His books stayed closed, and whenever his father asked him to study or learn a new skill, he would smile and say, "Dad, don't worry, I have plenty of time. I'll do it tomorrow." The father knew that advice alone would never change his son's thinking. He wanted to teach him a lesson that he would remember for the rest of his life. The next morning, the father took out an old wristwatch from a wooden box. It looked ordinary and slightly worn, but it had been carefully preserved for many years. He handed the watch to his son and said, "Go to the market and ask a fruit seller how much he would pay for this watch. But remember, don't sell it. Just ask for its price and come back." The son thought it was a strange task, but he agreed. He reached the busy fruit market and showed the watch to a fruit seller. The seller looked at it for a few seconds and said, "It's an old watch. I'll give you only 200 rupees." The son thanked him and returned home. When he told his father what had happened, the father simply smiled and said, "Good. Tomorrow, take the same watch to an antique shop." The next day, the son visited an antique shop filled with old clocks, paintings, and rare collectibles. The shop owner carefully cleaned the watch, examined it with a magnifying glass, and suddenly his expression changed. He said, "Young man, this is a rare vintage watch. It's worth much more than it looks. I'll pay you 20,000 rupees for it." The son was shocked. He hurried back home and excitedly told his father everything. The father smiled again and said, "One last place. Tomorrow, take this watch to the city museum." The following day, the son visited the museum. An expert examined the watch very carefully. After checking its details, he looked at the boy with excitement and said, "This watch is an extremely rare collector's item. We are ready to pay you 500,000 rupees for it." The son couldn't believe his ears. It was the same watch, yet one person valued it at only 200 rupees, another at 20,000, and another at 500,000. He rushed home, confused and amazed. His father smiled and placed his hand on his son's shoulder. He said, "My son, this watch never changed. Only the people who looked at it changed. The fruit seller only saw an old watch. The antique dealer saw its history. The museum expert understood its true value." He continued, "You are just like this watch. If you waste your time, people will never recognize your real potential. But if you invest your time in learning, building your skills, and becoming a better person every day, your value will become priceless." The son stood silently. For the first time, he truly understood what his father meant. From that very day, he changed his habits. He stopped wasting hours on unnecessary things. He studied regularly, learned new skills, respected every minute, and worked harder than ever before. Years passed. The careless boy grew into a confident, successful, and respected man. Whenever people asked him the secret of his success, he would smile, look at the old wristwatch he still wore, and remember the unforgettable lesson his father had taught him.